Hello! So, we watched entire series of Netflix shows and got through the first few episodes that were slow and boring because somebody said it gets better. Imagine if we used that same mentality with our goals, our dreams, ourselves. That's not mine, but I heard that today and that resonated something deep. Some fire in my belly just, lit up. There was already fire in my belly, but this just tossed a whole mess of gasoline all over. And I suddenly found myself thinking about it more and more. Because when you're watching a show, what do you say? No spoilers, please. No spoilers. Why is that? Because you don't want the end ruined. You know that the reason you don't want the end ruined is because you want to enjoy the journey up. You don't want to bungee jump from a 5-foot rope. And I think the same is so applicable to anything that you want to get done in this life, or have a go at in this life, or have a try. It comes from that space. Let's go through the bumps and the up and down and meet, Harvey on the pier with a big suitcase full of drugs, and then it turns out Nancy, the waitress, was screwing the Jewish barber who's brought the golden nugget back for Samuel to bring to dinner. Now that isn't a show and highlights the very chance why I will never work in Hollywood. But the main premise is we want to go on a journey with ourselves and with our own lives, and we want to go on a journey with shows. So we don't want to learn everything that happens at the end. Alan Watts always had this great philosophy about you don't turn up to an orchestra performance to hear them play the last note and go, "Mum," and then just that be it. Everyone gets up out of their chairs, walks away and leaves the concert hall. What a boring ass show that would be if that were the case. No, the whole process is the dance. It is the intricate process leading you to the bit which is eventually going to set you up, and you're going to be at the start of another journey, of another show. The keystone really here underpinning all of these activities is faith. Faith in the fact that it will work out, or it will at least be interesting. It will have something to offer or garnish your life with that wasn't there previously, and that your emotional investment made it good. It made the journey interesting to observe and to watch. Another thing about this show analogy I was thinking about is by the end of it, you can feel more connected to the people who have watched the show. And again, let's think about that in terms of life. You start on something that, let's say, loads of other people or a community of people or one person has done and accomplished or is doing. And you're like, I'd love to do that. Simply the motivation to join in a community or to be involved in something bigger than just your lonesome self acts as this kindling for you to then just pursue it and at least try to, reason your hand at it and have a go. Isn't that the best part? Isn't that the best part of this experiment of you as a person, is trying right and wrong things in the way in which you test your experience as the measuring stick? You see that your in and out, dipping in the water is what's kind of keeping this whole thing interesting. The investment in it, the pulling out, the resistance, the trying again, the failing again. All of it is so sequential. I speak of this TV analogy loosely because I have since gone, I think it's over 3 weeks now. 3 weeks today, I think, with no TV. I've just plonked it over. Well, I take it as a sign of divine intervention that my phone filled up and did not have enough storage space to record the last 4 minutes of my monolithic monologue. So I just went on talking about how good it was to not have a television for like 3 minutes. Which it is. It is very good to not have a television at the moment. I have just slapped it on over there, and I feel like I'm being a lot more conscious about what I put into my head. I am still very much handcuffed and slammed onto the police car of the media because I still watch YouTube, but I feel like I am being a lot more mindful about what I choose to put into my head and what I choose to listen to and just like fill this brain up with, which is kind of cool. But yeah, bottom line, treat your life like a Netflix show that eventually gets better. watch it mindfully grow and take shape and take form, and have faith in the character you're watching. Look after that one. I just thought it was such a beautiful concept worth sharing. And in these days today, it is very rare to find a inherently original lump of wisdom that hasn't been, kind of reshaped and remolded and is just the incestuous sibling of another great quote or another great concept. I mean, I may have coined a good poetic phrase here and there in my lyrics of the past, but this is why we try, and this is why we share, in the hope that it may inspire others. For example, this little line about the Netflix show Life analogy, it's a donut. I'm handing you a donut. And you're going to go, oh, a donut? Did you bake this yourself? And I'm like, no. And you're like, oh. But I'm like, but it is a donut. You're like, it is. It is a donut. And who doesn't love a good sprinkle? So the bottom line is, please do drugs. I'm kidding. The bottom line is pay attention to what you're watching, pay attention to the character that you are living in your life, and have faith in that character. You empathize with and forgive the characters you're watching when they make mistakes because you see yourselves in them. See yourself in yourself. What? You know what I'm trying to say. Understand that there is no perfect metric to this human experience. There is simply life experienced and lived firsthand. Ultimately, you should dance to the beat of your own drum. Have faith. It's gonna be okay. Treat your life like a Netflix show that eventually gets better. Get through the arduous, flat, boring, sucky days. Do not expect every day to be the season finale, because it ain't gonna be. The most important thing for you at any point is consistency. Just be consistent, have faith. You're gonna be alright, for sure. Yeah! Anyway, I gotta go because I got some yummy chicken and rice cooking in the oven in the other room. Oh yeah! I am one hungry mother. Alright, I'm getting a bit silly now, so peace.